had a weird, exciting dream last night. I dreamed we were on a big, mysterious island. We were lost. We hiked through the thick, green jungle. We came across a strange statue, a black horse, and a polar bear. Later, we saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke. We ran away, tripped on some rocks, and fell down. Then we discovered a secret hatch. We didn't know where it would lead, but we opened it. I don't know what happened next, because I woke up. I'm writing about this in my dream journal. I had a weird, exciting dream last night. I'm missing a comma. A comma is a punctuation mark used to separate words, numbers, or ideas. When do you use commas with adjectives? An adjective is a word that describes a noun. When you write, you use a comma to separate two adjectives that are next to each other. Let's see. I had a weird, exciting dream last night. The words weird and exciting are adjectives that describe the dream. They're also right next to each other. So, I need to add a comma to separate them. We hiked through the thick, green jungles of the island. The words thick and green are adjectives and they're next to each other. So I should add a comma between them. When you write, make sure you use commas carefully. Moby is a silly and cheerful robot. The words silly and cheerful are adjectives, but they're not next to each other. So you don't need a comma. But if you wrote the sentence this way, you would need a comma. How do you use commas in lists? You use commas to separate 3 or more items or events in a list. Moby has an apple, pear, and a banana. The commas separate the items in the list. Without commas, the sentence would be really hard to read. Commas help make sentences clearer. Colin, Becca, and Tasha play a game. You need to use commas to separate the names in the list. Put a comma after Colin and one after Becca. No, Moby, you don't add a comma after and. You only separate the items that are part of the list. Since the word and isn't one of the items, you don't need a comma after it. Let's see, what else happened in my dream? We came across a strange statue, a black horse, and a polar bear. I definitely need commas in this sentence. I have to be careful and not separate the adjectives from the nouns that they describe. I put a comma after strange statue and black horse. We ran away, tripped on some rocks, and fell down. I definitely need commas here to separate the list of events. I add a comma after ran away and after the phrase tripped on some rocks. After you write, you should proofread your work and check for mistakes in punctuation. What did you find, Moby? Whoa, a hatch! Where do you think it goes? Which is a correct way to use a comma? To separate 3 or more items in a list. To mark the end of a question or sentence. To start a sentence, paragraph, or essay. To describe a person, place, thing, or idea.
I hope you said.
To separate 3 or more items in a list. Which sentence uses commas correctly?
Mia has a pen, pencil, comma, and an eraser. B. Mia has a pen, pencil, and an eraser. Mia has a pen, comma, pencil, comma, and an eraser. Mia has a pen, comma, pencil, comma, and an eraser.
An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Which is an adjective? Weather, sunny, wind, cloud,
I hope you said.
sunny. How can you rewrite this sentence using a comma? The hot and humid weather makes me tired.
The weather makes me hot, humid, tired. The weather hot, humid, makes me tired. The hot, humid weather makes me tired. The hot, humid weather makes me tired.
Which sentence is correct?
The tall, thin tree sways back and forth. The trees grow in the bright sunny yard. The leaves are green, yellow, and red. The squirrel and bird sit on a branch. That wouldn't be right. Nobody's perfect. That's what happens if you get it wrong.
Start. Which sentence is correct?
We saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke. We saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke. We saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke. We saw a dark, thick cloud of smoke.
How can you rewrite this sentence using commas? Moby hears a chirping bird and a barking dog and a croaking frog.
Moby hears a chirping bird, a barking dog, and a croaking frog. Moby hears a chirping bird, a barking dog, and a croaking frog. Moby hears a chirping bird, a barking dog, and a croaking frog. Moby hears a chirping bird, a barking dog, and a croaking frog. Those were hard to say.
Which sentence is missing a comma?
Mia, Moby, and I went to the park. I saw robins, ducks, and blue jays. Moby skipped, jumped, and ran. Mia ate lunch, took photos, and read.
Which sentence uses commas correctly?
The dog dug a hole, buried a bone, and took a nap. The dog dug a hole, buried a bone, and took a nap. The dog dug a hole, buried a bone, and took a nap. The dog dug a hole, buried a bone, and took a nap.
can you rewrite this sentence with a comma? The long and thin ribbon flew away in the wind.
The long, thin ribbon flew away in the wind. The long, thin ribbon flew away in the wind. The long, thin ribbon flew away in the wind. The long, thin ribbon flew away in the wind. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this and learned a lot from our Brain Pop lesson today. See you soon.